Okay, we're back with Arm Straight Tycoon tanks. And see what we can do, except throwing Tetrarchs at anybody who wants it, and them others. 3 in the making. Okay, so those are delivered. Very good, splendid, good for, good for. And of course there's a delay, because why shouldn't there be? I don't want our tanks, that's fine. Don't have any space for any more workers, but maybe for engineers. Yes. Continue. Okay, so we have finished one contract with Bulgaria, and we're already in $35 million or pounds or whatever it is. So let them finish what we still have. No, I want to sell. This one. That's it. Okay, yes. We need 90 tanks for the... Okay. Let's do these then. Truck. Can we do 90? We can. Okay, so let's do 30 here. But then should be fine. We're not taking any further. And the British still... Well, if you insist. No, we're not going to take it. Rock Island. Ooh, the Lee and the Lynx. Both of them I didn't know yet. Okay. Mr. Spionage. Okay, so this is the Lee. Yeah, that's the medium tank they all are craving for. And the Lynx looks like Panzer. Could be a Tiger, couldn't it? No, it's too light for a Tiger. Oh, by the way, we could buy these directly for 5 million apiece, and then we would have all the components immediately available. So this is the Panzerkampfwagen 4, okay, so with the long barreled 75mm gun, gotcha. But I find it more interesting if we just take the trophies, which are cheaper, but we have to re-engineer all the components on our own, plus you're never guaranteed what you get. Oh look, we can have the Dunlop Rubber Company supplying us with, well, rubber. And some steel plants giving us more high strength steel. Good, good, good. What about the legal? We only have 2, okay. Contract center, still the polyvalent tank. Don't stand a chance, this looks like a KV1 or something like that. And there's the other contract completed. Now we only have to worry about the British one. They introduced now the infantry tank, okay. It's not really groundbreaking, they used to have that. Ooh, new trophy has appeared. The Veles War 3, that's, I think, a Russian one? Yes, it is. Trophy. Let's buy it for 265,000, so chop, guys. We need, it's a TA-28, okay. Sign. Then the Tugarin. Oh, we have 30 tanks available, so we sent them off. And of course they delayed, doesn't matter. Stopgap medium tank, I think that's still the M3, isn't it? It is, okay, so we can't compete. Combat Engineers Tier 3, and we have a component researched with, oh, they have a German engine, oh nice. So we have the support tower, so we now take the turret, support turret, I'm sorry. Use the term, I translate one-to-one into German, even though I know exactly that's the wrong term, so apologize for that. So now we have the hull, is it? Wait, what? Hold on, what did they just... Oh, this one, okay. It's now finished design. It still looks silly with the cannon, but makes sense to have it there, kind of. Let's test drive her. Okay, so off we go. 6-pounder guns, okay. Yeah, originally it had a 75mm short-barreled gun in the hull, which could not really turn left or right. You needed to turn the whole tank. They could 1 degree to the left, 1 degree to the right. And they had a special Getriebe. Just trying to think of what the English name is. So what they had a very sensitive thingy to turn the tank very incrementally on the spot as well, so that they could use, so that basically the driver was being the gunner's job to aim the hull mounted cannon, which made the whole affair quite complex. They later on changed the left-right movability, so to speak, of the hull mounted gun to 6 degrees on either side and called it good. And then they got rid of this complex widget because it wasn't necessary anymore. Apparently this was also the only reason why this tank needed to be able to turn on the spot, to have a stable weapon platform or gun platform to aim the main gun, which of course here is not visible because we have two guns which are equal, but we would aim the main gun at the target. So as I said, the main gun would have been a 75 millimeter short barreled, with only a few armor piercing high explosive rounds available to fight tanks, which makes sense because yeah, if you try to aim at fast or relatively fast moving targets with a hull mounted gun, it's not good. I mean, SPGs are a different matter. Self-propelled gun or anti-tank guns, tank guns mounted on a vehicle in order to fight other tanks, because normally they would be in strategic, tactical positions, bottlenecks, ambush sites basically, and they would see that they did not have fast moving targets, or that the targets moved towards them, so they had the front to shoot at, or even the side, but then they would lie in ambush, on either side of a road where the tanks need to go through. And on the turret, in this tank, the Char B1, which is tank B1, would have a 47mm gun, which unfortunately wasn't high velocity and struggled to penetrate 25mm of armor. They received later on a longer barreled gun, which was decent enough. These tanks had 40mm armor all around, was later increased to 55, and they posed quite some problems to the Germans. I think they only could penetrate them with the Panzer III with tungsten ammunition, which was rare because tungsten was not ready available for the Germans. And I think the Panzer IV with the short barreled 75mm, they would have heat, high explosive anti-tank rounds, which also could damage the tank, the French tank. We have now two 6-pounder guns installed, which is the equivalent of a 57mm gun. So we lose on the ability to fight infantry and bunkers, but we have better anti-tank capabilities. I mean, we could go to the design bureau. Let's do that, just for shits and giggles. Take this one, we can make a clone of that, so we don't have to do everything. And we call it the BIS. And then in the hull, we do not install the 6-pounder gun, but the 20-pounder do we have? Or we could take the original one. What's that one? 47, no. So let's take the 20-pounder gun. And now we have way too few loaders, as you can see. Yeah, that could be a problem. Well, loader. Expendables is fine. Paint job is fine. Let's do that. It's only 7 days development time. So you see, it's overall weaker. It needs more crew. It weighs more. But of course it has the capability of, you know, packing more oomph against soft targets. Well, at least historically, I don't know how that works in the game, to be 100% frank. So our first batch has been delivered. This tank has been developed. Another 6 to send our next batch on its merry way. And that happened now. So zack, 30. And we have still 7 weeks time, almost 8, to fulfill the contract, so it should be no biggie. I want to look at the contracts, stopgap. Can I interest you in this one? No, it's too heavy. And it's not protected well enough, and firepower hard is lacking. This one would meet the requirements less bad, but still it's a no-brainer. Mittlerer Traktor is no alternative either. So we can't satisfy the needs. Do you expect they're French? Alright, so no delay this time. Stopgap medium tanks, they want the Lee, we don't have the Lee. I don't need to look at that contract. Battle of Krakow is over, so we finished the turret, I believe it was. It was, so let's now work on the gun. Which is a 76mm relatively short barreled anti-tank gun. So let's see. Could also already start here to try to put. Do we already have the hull? No, the hull is not there yet, is it? No, it's not. Okay, well, so we will wait. Bunker smasher. Okay, well, we can look at that. And we will have, in a week's time, we will have capacity to produce, so that seems like a restock. So they want the bunker smasher, so they want either this one or that one, and neither of them is really good enough. Not protected well enough, not enough soft firepower. And this one is even worse. Oh well, okay. So you see from the silhouette they put in here, this is the Mittler Traktor, so the one we have. I even say Mittler Traktor hull and Lindworm or Wyvern tracks, which we both have on our design, but it's just not cutting it. The MGs are not good enough, the protection is not good enough, amongst others. Mobility is not there, crew performance is not there, but these are minor. That the ones highlighted in orange, they count quadruple. So I mean, we could make it better armored by increasing the thickness of the armor, which of course adds weight, but we have almost 12 tons, let's say 11 tons to go. So, you know, we could add 50% more armor and still be golden. But for that, we would need to do a new hull, a new turret, or 2 new turrets, and I don't think we would be able to finish the design before, you know, the contract is awarded to somebody else. It is technically, no, I don't think it would be possible. So now we have the tracks, and I think the only thing which is left are the MGs. Yeah. So let's ship out our Tetrarchs. What is that? Sheffield steel mill, medium carbon steel, glass. I'm going to order some glass. Let's go from Africa. Let's call 4,000 because we don't have more space. Maybe we should build more warehouse. Still see what we can do. Supply depot. Let's take naval freight, so we have shorter delivery times. That sounds like a good idea. So now we have the hull. We can't re-engineer anything, or reverse engineer, sorry, that's the word I was looking for. So let's start working on the design. So we take this one. Then they use the BMW, Tugarin. I use the support turret. Then the main turret is this one. Now the best gun to use fitting on that turret is this one. So what is here? 5-power heart 262. And if I take the 75mm cannon, it's less. And 5-power soft, I think it's the same in it. Yes, and if I take this one, it's even worse. Should we take this one? Yeah, for the time being we take this one, and the Vickers Mark IV I think is our most advanced design, or most powerful design, yeah. So we use that. So the crew, this is the driver. Okay, driver is fulfilled, commander is fulfilled. Then we need a mechanic and a half. So this guy could... So we take here gunner, loader, gunner and loader. Then we take here a mechanic, gunner. So, yeah, the problem is this big ass howitzer, which uses 8 crew. Right, that's the deal breaker here. But all in all, it's not a bad tank. It's just probably they're a little bit overwhelmed with what they asked to do. Anyway, moving on. Boxer, are they better? No, they're not. Okay. And these are neither. Okay. There's here an all-purpose incendiary. Then our fuel is stabilized fuel, right? Yeah. And then purified oil. And because it's Russian, we use this color. Yeah. 50 Shades of Green. We save it and see whether the cannon which was originally installed is better, as well as the MGs, which they would make for a better tank. War has ended and Mexico has triumphed in Angola. Okay. Sweden and Russia are fighting. Okay. I have dollar signs in my eyes. Another war declared between Belgium and France. I'm sure you're glad to hear that. So we just got new armament for our medium T-28 tank. I think it was the MG, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Ah, no, it's not better than ours. Okay, it uses less crew. That's true, but it also would decrease from 380 to 240, and the weight is about the same. It's even heavier. So no, we leave the Vickers installed. Armored car, tier 3. Nice for the French. Mexico announces 60 tanks. And the US, they want also more tanks. I smell the war coming on between Mexico and the US. They want to restock, so they have already an idea how the tank needs to look. So let's see whether we can help them. Yeah, it's the same story again. We can't. Our tank is just not up to the task. Hans Lutz. Okay, do we have good enough relationship with Germany to snatch their administrator? We do not. All right, moving on. Advance time. War declared. Netherlands and France. So France is fighting now Belgium and the Netherlands. Well, we have lost John Carden. John Carden is an administrator. Let's see whether we can get him. Available? Yes, we can, because he's British. So he's specialist in design and administration. And in design, he can use more engineers per work line. And breakthrough. Oh, that's nice. Design focus. Yeah, I think we have a guy for our design bureau. So now we have early casting assembly. Nice. That was this. So the British, they discovered the infantry tank, so maybe we want to invest in that line. Oh, it's the Matilda. Nice. Cool, 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 cool. Good solid tank. Battle of Bergen started. Was the administrator already here? No, not yet. Now he's here. You, sir, can help out in our design bureau. They need a helping hand. And we could hire more engineers. Our resources have arrived. That's the glass we ordered. This is our naval freight center, which means we have now faster supply as well as distribution. That's nice. So Italy and France fought on Swiss turf, and France won and has taken over the territory. Alright. Lemberg. Austro-Hungary fights the Russians. They have self-propelled gun, tier 3. And we have now the gun for the Russian tank. Let's see whether this is a better alternative. I use less crew. But it's even heavier. And it's worse. Does it do anything for the... No, repairability. Yeah, of course it's a Russian fabrication, so of course it's easy to repair. Probably with chewing gum and some screwdriver. So I say we get to work on this. Maybe. This will help us with future contracts with the Russian Empire. And what do we have here? Early welding assembly, okay. 68 tanks. They want an infantry tank which we cannot provide yet. Unless... I clearly want the Matilda, judging from the silhouette of the tank. Let's see whether we can offer them something else. Doesn't look like we can, and no we don't. So, okay. Well, can't have all the contracts. And we still have enough money, so I'm not worried. So early welding assembly, we have that. I think we're just going to get the turret for the Matilda. And carry on. Oh, nice. British have fought in Ethiopia and gained territory. Let's see. Probably hereabouts. That looks like Ethiopia. Oh, quite a foothold here. Ethiopia has 2 territories left. Sheba and Central Somalia. Otherwise, it's quite riddled with British possessions. Here the Belgian and the French are fighting for Matadi. Oh, both with quite good tanks actually. Of course inferior to what we could have provided, but you know, it's their choice if they want to play with crap, cheap crap. Who am I to deny? Yeah, now the British start a campaign to conquer Sheba, which we just looked at. Stavanger, okay. Light cruiser tank. Okay, let's see whether we can give the Italians what they need. Restock. Yes, we can. 218 is the goal. Okay. This tank costs us 9,000 and we sell it at almost 10 times the price. So how many do they need? 27, so that means 9999. Okay. Oh fudge, which one was it? Type A. Mark E type A. This one. You know, if it wouldn't pay so well, I would refuse to sell that to any fighting troops, but to absolutely nobody's surprise, we got the contract and we have already a third of the tanks required. High velocity explosive routes, okay, cool, cool, cool. Let's look. Could already go for the heavy support for 45. These are all more expensive. And here as well. Although I fear, yes, see, this is the infantry running gear which we need for the Matilda. So I'm going for the oil. I mean, probably we could also attach some other tracks to the Matilda, but I don't know about compatibility, you know. Let's see. Medium T28. So do we have any contract unassigned? We do not. Alright. Let's do. No. Italians can get their tanks. It's another job well done. This should give us about 2.4 million. Let's see whether we can offer something to our colonial reference. No, 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 and no. Okay. Computer says no. Anti-tank grenades, okay, nice. Unfortunately, France has taken Leopoldville, which is, I think, Congo, from the Belgians. The M7 Priest, okay, so self-propelled gun. And we just got paid for our tank delivery. Oh, they want an airborne tank. I think the customer can be served. As it happens, well, we do have a tank which might fit the bill quite well. Well, okay, so 35 for a tank, which costs us 13. We've had better deals, but I'd rather supply the British with tanks than and occupy our workforce than not to and giving the profit to somebody else. I mean, we're still making money, just not as much as we did in other cases. So this means 34 of those Tetrax. This one. Right? Yeah, right. So can I do 104? I cannot because I lack medium steel. So we go and chop. We can't chop. Well, then we do build whatever we can. So 104 we cannot do. 3, 4, oops. 93 we can do, which happens to be 31 per line. So, and now we have of space again. Which I probably don't even need to buy additional steel because we will be delivered. I have a 75mm gun. Yeah, British by British. World news. Also, Hungary doesn't know what we should we be friends or rather not, or maybe yes, maybe not. You pooped in the wrong direction. You threaten our Archduke. So the British Empire, they're walking all over Ethiopia, huh? Oh, there's not much left. Probably the Italians are quaking in their boots as well. Austrian Hungarians lose Krakow. And Tractor S40. And the British have SPG Tier 3. Yeah, I think they don't stop until the whole of Ethiopia is under their control. Stopgap medium tank. You want a Lee, darling? I can't give you a Lee. Stop asking. Oh, we need to send some tanks out. Almost forgot. And of course it's delayed, because why wouldn't it be? Ah, but we're not in a pickle. We should be fine. Yeah. So it takes now 1 day less to deliver the tanks with the contractor we normally employ. M2A2 field gun, well, good for them. Of course it's delayed. You know what? Russia has taken territories from Austria-Hungary. Let's do the truck freight so it's more reliable, isn't it? Yes. So it's less likely that our deliveries get delayed. I mean, normally it's not an issue, but we have the money to spare. So Germany has a new military doctrine. They just finished the war. Oh Lord. They have... And what? Oh, okay. Then they're just thinking of a new military doctrine. Then they've not set how it would look like. Okay, fair enough. So we need another. How many? Tetrak. 9. So I need to do 3 on each construction line. Which takes us another 7 days. Okay. In the interim though, I'll send out the ones I have already. Good riddance. Infantry support hall is now finished. So let's see. That's the Mathilda. So 42 here. This one is locked. What else can we do? Should I go for the engine? No, I go back to take what is the cheapest. Close support. Okay, well. And then heavy hull maybe. Battle of Yaduwen. So let's see whether we can already do a Matilda, shall we? Medium mark, so wait, what? Heavy mark? Heavy Matilda, this one. So create the design. Okay. There is already 11, so need probably another 6 tons. So this one is not bad. Do we have a better one? No. The Renault is better. This one is probably better. Yeah, let's take the Beamer. Centaur. Okay. Why don't I have one? Okay, yes. And then we need to go to the engineering. Yes. And then to the Centaur. So we want, oh, welded grousers, nice. Haven't seen them before, I don't believe. Yes, put them on. Heat treated idler. So 12, 20, 16. Yeah, seems to be the best. Alloy sprocket. This is 17, 28, 23. No. No. This is better, duraluminum, right? It's lighter. 24, 40, 32 minus 6 is 26. 12, 23, yes. So what I do is I add the bonuses and then deduct the Mali, right? I made the experience they don't like it if the repairability is bad. So if they're close, but one has a minus in the repairability, I do not take it. I'd rather have a worse running gear which can be repaired better than the other way around. This is 21. This one means they need one crew less to manage the track, so probably the driver or the mechanic. So this one uses one less mechanic. to maintain the suspension. So this is 28-21. Yeah, I leave it at that. So assign. So let's see whether this is a feasible construction. Yeah, you want a lee. I don't have a lee. You call him Stuart anyway, I think. Okay, so the last batch is ready to be shipped as soon as Bunker Smasher restock. So they already have an idea of what they want, and I believe, yeah, we can't do it. All right. Nalut. So Italy has won against France. Okay. Good for them. So this is now the reliability of our transport. Come on. Carry on. Good man. So, and tanks were delivered. And the last batch is on its merry way. And of course they're still delayed. Our tanks have not been involved in any battles, because otherwise you would see here Serbia and the Ottoman Empire. Well, can't say I'm surprised. The British want an infantry tank. Yeah, but they can't do it at the moment, honeys. But we have here the infantry tank. So this is 42. This is more expensive. This is more expensive as well. So let's go for that one then. Let's go to the design bureau. Look at our Matilda, because this one is a pretty useless tank. I'm sure you would agree. But we just got this turret, which offers 747 points. But this one's even better. Well, I think this one is the one we just discovered, actually. How much is this? 800 something, right? Yeah, and 2-man crew. That's nice. Oh, the Russian has only 1 crew. Well, okay, so what can we install? Of course, it would be the 2-pounder gun. $404. Or we could install the 6-pounder gun. Which even uses less crew. Okay, more weight, but less crew, but we have a problem. Because the trunks can't support the tank. Well, we address that later on. And of course a Vickers MG. Looks like a cool little tank, with the exception that the track don't fit. So it doesn't matter. I mean, our engineers were idle anyway, so there's nothing really lost. So we need 1 driver. 1 commander, that's fine. 2 mechanic. But that's fine as well. Because we can have a gunner loader. And should be golden. Yeah. So from now, increase payload. Oh wait, is this one better even? It is. Is it better than that? It is. So we take the increased payload and the high explosives, high velocity shells. Okay. Wait, we can have a third one. Nice. I can't have that. Could have that. That's 550. Yeah, we already have that, sorry. $552. Okay, so we take this. So we need to do something with the, because we weigh 20 tons, but we can have maximum 15 tons. The engine is fine, the engine can deal with the weight, but the tracks cannot. So let's hope that the tracks which are in development, are they still in development? No, they're not. Did we get the tracks already? I was now imagining things. Let's go back to the oh, we can only have why can't we have good things? Oh Lord. Let's get here. Hold on. Yeah, right. We want to get there, but we haven't. So we need to get the oil first, and then we can look at the running gear. Okay, gotcha. I thought I was working towards it, but I thought we already either developed it or are about to, but unfortunately there's obstacles in the way. In shape of a 3-month development time before we can even think of developing the other guy. So, but let's see, do we have anything I would be happy with? And that would be a no. Alright. New trophy. A Slava War 1. Okay, sounds like a Russian. It is a Russian. Trophies. This looks suspiciously like a KV-1, I think. Let's reverse engineer. Yeah, no, it's a T-34 with the 76mm cannon. Russian motor, Russian tracks. Contract, so reputation tier change, and they hate us again. Okay, steel mill. Well, don't mind if I do. Addis Ababa is now under British control as well. Column is surprised. Top executive from Russia. We can't get him, Mikhail Koshkin, because we're not in good terms with the Russians. Couldn't fulfill one single contract. So, yeah. Can we still build the Matilda? I mean, with the shitty tracks. No, I cannot. Oh, yeah, we have two problems. The engine takes up too much space. This would still be fine. It takes up even more space. Well, that was anticlimactic. A V12 probably takes more than inline 6, I'd wager. What about the Lancaster? We don't even have a working. The Wolseley, we don't have a working prototype either. Ugh. Okay, looks like Matilda needs to wait because we need now the engine for the Matilda as well. Ah. Well, no, I should have known better, but I didn't, and so here we are. Multi-purpose tanks. Okay, let's see whether we have something for the Germans. Yeah, that's a Panzer IV, isn't it? Oh, this one is a no. That's a no. That's also no. 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 Well, looks like we don't have what they like. Okay, Mexico is considering their tank strategy as well. and so does Serbia. Okay, we have now the hull. Yeah, so let's go for the turret. Go to Design Studio and let's start the T-34. So what engine should we put in for the time being? Renault. Let's take the Beamer. Simply not designed for it. No. Okay, so let's leave that out. British turret. Let's give him a 6-pounder gun. That's quite a well-protected tank, I dare say. Let's go on. Who's that? Oh, that's China. Okay. Maybe you should consider having tanks. A lot of battles going on. Jesus, are they warmongers. Infantry tank. No, I can't do it, honey. We have a little problem with the engine and the running gear. Unfortunately, our engineers are tied up with other projects. Netherlands and France are at peace again. Airborne tanks. Airborne tanks I can do. Now we're getting worse and worse. Yeah, maybe we need to give another version of the Tetrak. Looks like the decent thing to do because we're losing ground against the others. Next thing I know, I give them away for free. $105. Nice, I can do 105. So I need to order glass, but I don't have space for glass. Okay. That might be a problem. So you know what? Let's do a new hull for the Tetrak. This one. So let's create component. Yes. Now we have the version 2. seems to be the best directional headlight. It's 22. 20, so this one is better already. Diffuser 26, 31, 24. Yep. So plate attach. This is 22, 24, well 17. Yeah. And this is also 17, but this one has the better repair. Abilities because it's Russian. Okay, so additional ammo, that's fine. Angled ventilation flap. That's 16. That's 20. That's 18. So we use the low profile ventilation, which also courtesy of the Russian Construction Bureau. So we take additional shell. Okay, there is no modification here and no modification there. Alright, so let's do that. And maybe the turret. Or which turret did we use? Wait, no, here. Where's the Tetrarch? Medium universal. Mark 1. Okay. So go back to engineering. Go to the turrets. Universal Mark 1. Oh, medium universal, yeah, that's what it was. So so we make a new version of that as well. Okay, we can only have that, we can only have that, we can only have this. No, we can't. This one, is it better? 23, 27. It's the same, but this one is lighter, so we go for that. We can't use that, so let's do that. No. So I wanted to go create the design and take this metals. Oh, that's now better. And the harpy. This one. I mean, no, it's fine. Take a light gun. Three-pounder gun would be better. because it needs less crew. But the crew is fine. So no, we can leave that. Leave it at that. And the Vickers. Or the rival. Because that only needs one. Okay. Need a driver. Only half a driver. And half a loader. I don't can't get a driver mechanic, it is then. So then the commander, of course, but the commander only needs to be half, so let's take commander loader. Mechanic. I need a gunner. That should be sufficient. So take this and this one, this and this one. Stabilized fuel, right? Yeah. And purified oil. Paint it green and call it good. Now let's save. And is it better than the others? Slightly. Weighs a little bit more, is of course more expensive to manufacture. But hopefully it will score higher in the thingy. The Germans want a multi-purpose tank. Oh, we looked at that already, we can't do it. Okay. Stopgap medium, we can't do it. Stop asking. So we got awarded the contract. We already built 6 of the Tetrarchs. That's nice. Ottoman Empire reconsiders their choice in tanks. We're losing money at the moment. A new trophy tank. Balder Ausführung A, okay. 3 new components. Oh, let's buy that. Son of a bitch. I lost capital. Oh, capital. Oh. The Empire of Ethiopia ceased to exist, more or less. I thought I lost money. Airborne tank. Yeah, well, I'm still busy with building the ones you ordered before, so unfortunately I can't comply. Okay. That's fine. So that's that, right? Yeah. So let's do the gun then. Rival tanks. Filter. Okay, fine. We need only these 2. Okay, good to know. That's what I was hoping for. Let's go to tank designs. Still only have these. Okay. There's no help. Oh wait, hold on. Stupid Ah, no. So I have this. Yeah, that's... What did we develop? Jesus. Am I so stupid? Oh, the engine. Oh, alright. Yeah, let's have a look at the engine. So far we've used the BMW. And the Russian is more heavy, but needs less maintenance. And it's more expensive to build, but... Okay, how it can deal with more weight. Yeah, I think we take this one for the time being. Go back. Mexicans have now heavy artillery, or more modern heavy artillery. Medium Universal War 1636. That's the tank for the Russian, right? Or isn't it? No, it is. That's a better one. Okay. What gun did we have? Ugh. 360. 6-pounder gun, right? Yeah. Ah, but they don't have an additional MG. Okay. Well, let's ship the tanks. Just a batch of 30 finished. And reverse engineering. New engine, new turret, new cannon. Okay, well, let's go for the engine. Nice. No delays this time. Leshy, that's the tracks. That's good because we don't have any for this one. So we took the Leshy, which is fit for 40 tons almost. That's nice. So we need a driver. Oh, half a driver actually. What can we do? Mechanic. Let's drive a mechanic. Commander. Then we need a mechanic and a gun loader. Looks good. Expendables. Now this one and this one. Five, 6 or 8. Nice. Heavy steel. Then stabilized fuel. Purified oil. Paint. It's Russia. No, make it so. There's something new to be discovered from the boulder. Let's take the cannon, maybe. Yeah, let's take the cannon. So I'm going till we discover this one and take it from there. Oh wait, we can try to put the Matilda with a Russian track, basically. Matilda, where are you? Here. So we don't use the Centaur, but the Leshy. Looks goofy though, but it works. If it wasn't for this. The engine is the problem. Unless I can save one crew member. So we need 3 drivers, we have 4. So what if we do 2 and the mechanic? Like this. Then the commander. Same day he takes gunner. Then the mechanic, we skip 1 mechanic. And then we have that. How does it look now? Is it now a valid design? What kind of gun did we choose? 6-pounder gun. Well, we can do it. Yeah, alright. China needs a polyvalent tank. Whatever they mean with that. Nope, I don't like it. Yeah, we have nothing. Tetrarch should be now ready to be developed as well. version 2. So how much better is it? Not much, 26 points. So it was quite good of a design already. Well, good to know. So, 1 day left. High resistance oil. Okay. So they want stopgap medium tank. They surely want M3. Come on. Yes. Tell me that you want M3 without telling me you want M3. So now we need to do the mobility. This infantry running gear, I'd say the Medusa. So, whoops, that was not what I wanted to do. Yeah. So I'll stop it here, unless, no, I stop it here. Let's get these 30 tanks and send them off, and then we stop. So I know that I have done that, because if I don't recall, and then suddenly I need to struggle around to get the tanks shipped. Alright, I'll save here. And yeah, hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Bye.